Thank you for this opportunity. It's not the first time I talk about the strategy, the inner area strategy, but at this moment we have further elements to discuss because the strategy started in 2015, and now we are at a certain level of implementation. Just few words to explain what the strategy is. The strategy is focused on 72 pilot areas, rural areas, especially placed in a mountain municipalities where there is a strong population decrease. The strategy is characterized by the multi-level governance approach, where different administration and levels are involved. A multi-fund approach, because different sources of financing are present, and it is based on a partnership at local level, mainly made up of municipalities. We have at the moment 72 local areas distributed across the country. As you can see, all these areas are placed in the backbone of the country, that is especially represented by mountain and remote areas. The state of the situation in demographic sense is very clear, because these areas are characterized by higher depopulation rates in all the sub-periods that compose the last 2 decades, even in the last decade, and also by higher aging rates with respect to the national average. The multi-fund and multi-level governance is quite complex, because national funds, national stability law, and cohesion funds are involved, and also the European funds are involved through the regional operational programs and the regional rural development plans. On the national side, we have national and regional schemes financing the so-called preconditions for development. That means that they are focused on service of general interest, especially healthcare, transport, local transport, and education and school facilities at local level. And these programs, these schemes provide direct allocation to the project area. This is very important. This is a point very, very crucial in this program, because these are funds allocated specifically to inner areas. These are not only the only funds, but because there are also local, municipal, and other public funds participating to financing the projects, and private funds, obviously. In the European programs finance local development initiatives. So there is a division of labor between the national funds and the European funds on the basis of competitive calls or specific targeting. The distribution of the funding shows that three quarters of the funding is provided by European programs, and 1/3 is provided by national funds that are very important, as I said, in the process of financing the service of general interest. Globally, 1,200,000 euro are 1,200,000,000 are at the stake in these programs. Which are the main enabling factors? I try to distinguish according to the several policy aspects. As I said, the first enabling factor is that concern the planning and is focused on the fact that these funds are devoted to marginalized area. This means that there is no competition, no unfair competition with other areas. This is a crucial issue for ensuring providing the funds for this area. In terms of multi-level governance, there is a process of co-design of local strategies. There is a national support team of experts in different fields that is involved in supporting local areas in designing and approving finalizing the strategy. And there is a continuous connection between the different levels, local, regional, national. There is a continuous dialogue in the preparation of the strategies, in the different steps of the preparation of the strategies. In terms of multi-fund approach, this multi-fund approach ensures that different complementary needs are covered in the planning of local interventions, and also, as I said, there is a strong synergy between the intervention in the local services and local development, because both dimensions are included in the strategies at the local level. Another important enabling factor is on the innovation in the method. The method is not just a technical support from external expert. It's also an animation and a working together with local people to elicit and make visible innovators at local level, and especially fostering the emergence of excluded actors to avoid that the usual pressure groups take the power and decide what should be done at the local level. And another point, very innovative, is the idea of importance of connection between the local knowledge that the policy try to valorize and external networks, especially, for example, local entrepreneurs and university and research center. This connection is strongly promoted by the national support team. And in terms of partnership, another enabling factor is the cooperation between the municipalities involved in the strategy the strategies cannot be approved without a formal cooperation agreement between the different municipalities involved in the area that subscribe the commitment to manage together some important services, for example, waste management or local transport. The current activities that municipalities play and perform should be formalized in the agreement, in the formal agreement. This is a sort of stimulus to cooperate at the local level between municipalities. But we have also negative lessons that we should take into account, because there is no black and white situation. It's not all positive. There are also situations and places and areas where things doesn't work.
Franco, could we go a bit faster, please? We got over the 10 minutes. Thanks.
Yes. For example, there is a competitive allocation in some regional goals. There is an insufficient targeting, and so on. And also there are inefficiency in the cooperation in the vertical governance by some regional administration. And another important negative factor is the lack of political continuity. Continuity is important to ensure that these things works over the time. And other factors, another important factor is the misalignment of the different programs. Not all programs have worked together. The implementation, the level of implementation is, considering the negative factor, is not positive in all cases. There are, as you can see from this figure, there are areas where the level of commitment and payment is quite acceptable, and others that are very delayed in the process. And on this level of implementation, the negative factors that I've mentioned have strongly influenced the situation. But the perspective is to continue with this process and continue with the new programming phase, with new areas that are being approved in the period under the new partnership agreement for the new programming period.